Transport. This morning, we are here to witness the ministerial opening of this important road. And as we go along, I'll just be giving you a bit of snippets about this important project for our country, our two provinces of the Northwest and Gauteng, and also a little bit about its significance in as far as our cross-border relations, more so on the N4 that leads to Botswana. Again, I wish to welcome this morning the member of the Executive Council responsible for Public Works and Roads in the province of the Northwest, Honorable Saliva Mulapisi, and I also wish in absentia to welcome the Honorable Sello Lehari, the member of the Executive Council in the Northwest Provincial Government responsible for the portfolio of transport. And it is indeed with a privilege that I have to also acknowledge the presence and welcome in his city the acting mayor of the Madibeng local municipality, who is the councillor responsible for infrastructure, Mr. Joseph Ratlou. Welcome, Your Worship. Again, I wish to also acknowledge the presence of the Chief Executive Officer of the South African National Roads Agency Limited, SANRAL, a public entity of the Department of Transport, and to also acknowledge with him his team, and to also acknowledge Ms. Lukane Meyer, the engineering executive, who's responsible for these major projects within SANRAL, and to acknowledge the contractors, to acknowledge the staff of the Department of Transport and the ministry led by the Chief of Staff, Mr. Tsulole Jaka, and to also acknowledge all other dignified guests that are here this morning. Let me now request that the Mayor of Madibeng to come and please say a few words to welcome everyone in this local municipality, as the entire project in terms of this road resides within the jurisdiction of His Worship, the acting mayor. Ntate Ratlou, please welcome. Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister Mpalula, DG, the MEC Lehari in absentia, the single whip of the municipality, Makabo, councillors present here today, the officials, both national and provincial, and of course the municipality of Madibeng. Honorable Minister, the privilege today to tell that we're humbled to have this beautiful road. And indeed it was a mountain where no one thought that today we will be seeing
a road that will take our people to where they want to go. And indeed, Honorable Minister, we are committing as the municipality of Madibeng that with no all cost, this road will be than other N4 roads. We used to leave our people not to educate them, to just ban such a beautiful roads. And we are committing today that not on this road. We'll put our foot down. This road, it will remain like this as we see it today. And Honorable Minister, in our municipality, it's not only this road that SANRAL either department is bringing. There are plenty of roads, but however this one, you can even see the attraction of RTPS. I think it will bring attraction investors to our municipality. And Honorable Minister, without waste any time, on behalf of the municipality, the executive mayor, she's not well. She said that I must come and represent the municipality, but as an MMC DG, and of course the MEC, I will not let this road, even the minister opening today, just a wild elephant. We'll make sure we monitor this road. In so saying, Honorable Minister, in Madibeng, you are welcome, and will actually joy celebrate the opening of this road, and I want to thank you very much. I thank you.
Thank you, His Worship, the Acting Mayor. Without much ado, I wish to call Mr. Skhumbuzo Maqhozoma, who is the CEO at the South African National Roads Agency Limited. Mr. Maqhozoma would come and tell us about the project and also say a few words of the significance of what we have done here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DG. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Please allow me not to ruin a very good protocol that the Director General of Transport has followed in acknowledging all the political principals and stakeholders that are here today. Please allow me to say all protocol observed. I am particularly happy to be standing here today in front of you, bringing our minister to officially open a road that this government has completed. We generally get criticized for talking about plans and what is going to happen and what the budget is. We are bringing everyone here to show you that we are actually able to deliver. This road is finished and it's going to be open for use by South Africans, particularly the people of the Madibeng area. This investment continues to unlock the potential of the Platinum Highway. That, of course, is a very, very significant catalyst of driving regional development between South Africa, Botswana, and the country of Namibia. Our partner Bakwena is also working very hard to expand the capacity of the N4. You will have seen as you were driving here from Pretoria, we started with this expansion all the way to the west, around the Marikana area, and we're extending all the way down to Pretoria, increasing capacity so that you can have the kind of mobility that is required on a national road to get the economy to move. I must say that SANRAL is already advanced in planning the next phase of the improvements that we are doing in this area. So we linked this road from the R512 just north of the dam with the objective of connecting relatively easily to the N4. The one outstanding thing we still need to sort out is how this road and the N4 connect with the old N4 that you will know approaching RWS from Pretoria on the southern side. The planning on that work is already advanced, and our teams are looking at the options of making that also optimal. SANRAL, of course, is also busy with other parts of our roads in the Madibeng municipal area, as the acting mayor has indicated, both in terms of improvements as well as maintenance, including the R511 and the R512. All of this is part of the investment program of SANRAL's long-term strategy, Horizon 2030. There's quite a number of corridors that we have to enable and strengthen to make sure that we get the kind of economic development that is going to unlock the potential of our people. In the Northwest Province, we also are working on the N14, we have the N12, as well as the N18. As we're busy doing this work that we're doing on these corridors, we're also working very hard with key stakeholders like our National Department of Transport and National Treasury to deal with the very important issue of firming up an infrastructure policy, funding policy in our country. There's a lot of projects that are waiting in SANRAL to happen. What we need is clarity on how those projects will be funded. What we don't want is to continue to fight with South Africans when we bring private investment into road infrastructure. But we have seen and proven that public funds alone will not get us there. We need to have this conversation. Some roads we will deliver like this, and they will not be tolled. But where we have candidates for tolling that will bring private finance, we need to engage and have conversation and agree as South Africans if we want our future to be bright. The Minister will tell you we are currently engaged with developing the N3 and the N2 in KwaZulu-Natal, which are very important corridors to drive the economy. If we could do those projects with private funds involved, we would have been able to deliver those roads in 4 years. Because we are going to be using public funds alone, we are going to deliver those roads in 10 years. This is the cost of using government funds alone, because there's a lot of pressure on public funds and roads cannot get the full allocation alone. Let me say, Minister, this project proves that it is possible to transform the construction industry. It also proves that it is possible to have effective community participation in government projects. In this project, of the 313 million that was allocated for construction, 74 million went to 12 SMMEs in the Madibeng area. I also want to thank the Project Liaison Committee that we call the PLC for rising above the challenges that we experienced at the start of the project to ensure that they assist us to deliver this very successful project. Together, we were able to mobilize all the key stakeholders in this area to have a role that they play in the delivery of this project. Thanks to them, 209 full-time equivalent jobs have been created in this project, and the people of this area were able to share in a total of 27 million that was reserved for labor, 50% of which was youth, and 25% of which was women. I would like to thank the Northwest Province, the Madibeng municipality, and the people of Madibeng for their support and cooperation in the execution of this project. Ladies and gentlemen, SANRAL has now delivered this asset as instructed by the Minister. What we now demand is for road users to use this road responsibly so that it does not create road carnage and create a burden for the Road Accident Fund. I don't want to get the DG started on that one. It's a very big problem that he has to deal with. As has been proven before, on many occasions, where a road passes, development definitely follows. I want to echo the mayor in saying that we look forward to seeing development in this area. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, CEO. Indeed, there is a direct correlation between your projects and the woes that are being suffered by the Road Accident Fund. That correlation shouldn't be there at all. And indeed, we would seek to have that addressed. Just before I call on the next speaker, I just want to indicate that the CEO speaks about the N4. And it travels all the way. Just after Zeerust, it turns to Botswana. And from there, leading onwards to Mafikeng via Slurry. That road, you can tell its road condition. And you can tell what it looks like. You can tell by the sharp, dangerous bends and everything it has. You can tell about the many portions of it with no road shoulders and with therefore making it quite a dangerous road. In some parts it's quite narrow, and you can tell by its condition that it is not a national road and that it is a provincial road. That shouldn't be the case because together with provinces, we share in the resources, and we should be able to share in the expertise as well to be able to ensure that such linkages do occur. It is roads like that in terms of the roads policy, I must say, Minister and MEC, that should indeed the portion, because of its geopolitical significance, linking the provincial capital of the Northwest with the national capital of the country, that such a road should indeed be handed over and be nationalized. We have been on a hunt for such strategic roads that still remain in the hands of provinces, but which correctly should be in the national hands. And our policy for now is to take them without tolling them, but it's just to take them together with the requisite resources that normally follow those roads to the provinces. And that is our special call for the next speaker to consider, together with his boss, the Premier, whether such can be the case. I now wish to call the man with the power to make the decision, the MEC for Public Works and Roads in the province of the Northwest, to come and introduce the Honorable Minister and say his words of support for this project. Thank you, Honorable Mulapisi.
But now on sanitizer now. No, thanks very much, DG, for the opportunity. Let me take this opportunity, colleagues, to greet you this morning. Minister Mbalula, my colleague in absentia, MEC Leare, the acting mayor of Madibeng, Councillor MMC Murphy, the chief whip of Madibeng, single whip Makabo, MMCs and all councillor present here. And of course yourself, DG, Tate Moemi, the SANRAL CEO, Tate Makosoma, all other dignitaries and managers from the three spheres of our government. Indeed, DG shouldn't be a problem. South Africa is a unitary state. We are not some kind of a fragmented state, and of course, if we are able to be persuaded, if we can persuade us, I think it's not something that is not doable. It can be considered more so when it is in the interest of our people. Minister must indicate and report that indeed the province itself, because it's a rural province, is experiencing a very huge backlog in as far as road infrastructure network is concerned. And I must report to you that plus minus 19,783 road network in the province. Of that, only 5,125 is TAT, and the remaining of 14,658 is UNTAT. So projects like this, honestly, they come very handy in addressing this backlog that we are having. And I can tell you that as the province, we at least need close to 36 billion just in a 10-year to complete the entire road network, which if we are to calculate it in financial terms on annual basis, it can come to an amount of 3.6 billion per year, which of course, like what the CEO said, government alone would not have that sufficient money to can address issues of road infrastructure in the province. But I appreciate the initiative, I must say, Minister, by your department, the Department of National Transport, to partner with the province and SANRAL to make this road a trafficable road. This road is an investment to the province, and it's just what we need. And I'm certain that the people of the two provinces, particularly which is Gauteng and Northwest, will enjoy the benefits of this new road we are launching today. It will serve as a catalyst between the province as it shortens the travel time between Gauteng and the province, and in particular Rustenburg. Minister, this road could not have come at the right time. Just yesterday in the Provincial Executive Committee of the Northwest, we took a decision to reclaim the province competitive edge through tourism. This is part of the economic recovery initiative during this tourism month. We know that roads such as this one, the Pampoennek, are a catalyst to the economic and tourism activities between the two provinces. When I took the office sometime last year, Minister, I made it a determination to focus on rehabilitating and building not only rural and economic roads, but also focus on roads that give communities access to other socio-economic amenities such as your schools, clinics, and tourism. Importantly, when the second phase of the Pampoennek project starts, it is important to take note of the link between, as it has already been said, and 4 at Pelindaba. The national and provincial department should engage, as it has been said, to prioritize the implementation of the link. Minister, I must say that I'm happy that you decided to make this investment in the province as it speaks directly to our vision as a collective leadership, but most importantly, it will benefit our communities and beyond the provinces. We are honored and truly grateful for such an opportunity. Indeed, we are in the business of growing South Africa together. I would therefore, Minister, like to take this opportunity on behalf of our people, the Northwest, and all other dignitaries and important stakeholders gathered here to invite you. You need no introduction. We know we call you with many names, but it's because of your action. You touch, move. So let me call you Honorable Minister Fikile Mbalula to come and address us and appreciate the opportunity that has been given. Comrade Minister Fikile Mbalula, over to you.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies, the Director General of the Department of Transport, Mr. Alec Muemi. I've known Alec for many years. I found Alec in this province. He was a student at Northwest University. And then he went to improve himself academically. Highly qualified. He worked very hard. He's got masters and many other things in terms of law. And very intelligent and prolific in many ways. He surprised me most of the time. His knowledge of things surprised me. And then from there he went to the Free State, and many people think he was born and bred in the Free State. He's from Seshego, where Julius Malema come from. They are homeboys. So that's where he comes from. He's from Seshego in Limpopo province. And even till today, that's where he comes from. So the president in the 6th administration decided to deploy him to the Department of Transport. This department did not have a DG for the longest of time. When I arrived here, there was no Director General, and may his soul rest in peace. When I arrived, he passed away. He was under a long case in this department, the Director General, of whatever that he was accused of. And they passed away, so there was no DG. There were acting people like Casey and Jojo. So there was nobody in charge here. So they come from this department. All of them, they come from here. I keep asking, who? This one, but no, he was working here. It's a huge department, huge. And it's a catalyst and key in terms of development. But it has never been made in our priorities a key department, because it did not have this leadership at the management level. And Saliva Mulapisi, I've also known him for a long time, the MEC. He has changed many portfolios. And the Saliva, I want to salute you for surviving COVID-19. Zwelim Kize says it is safe to stand next to people like you because of immunity. The possibility that it might come back, I think it will come back, but it's not as opposed to me, who has never tasted this. And in this province, we also had an MEC, may his soul rest in peace, Gordon, a hard worker, and at the same time with Saliva, also got COVID. And they couldn't make it, and may his soul rest in peace. And thank you, MEC, for coming back and for fighting. And now you are here with us. MEC Lehari, him and Peggy Kele like these tops, Minister Peggy Kele. So it's easy to identify MEC Lehari. He's going to receive a memorandum from Neau workers somewhere in Rustenburg. So that is why it's not here. I've spoken to the Director General, the Chairperson of SANRAL, I did not see. Mr. Temba Mhambi, I think he was expected to be here. And then CEO of SANRAL, Mr. Makozoma. You have heard him speak here today. The Executive Mayor of Madibeng, in absentia, and the Acting Executive Mayor. Honored guests, and ladies and gentlemen, roads are an integral part of South Africa's transport. South Africa's transport system, an important infrastructure in enabling economic activity and access to social amenities. In playing this crucial economic role, 78.7% of land freight in South Africa is hauled on its roads. This demonstrates dependence on road infrastructure, which in turn put tremendous pressure on our road network. This dependence is a further illustration that the condition of our roads has a direct bearing on the ease of movement of goods and people across South Africa, impacting on overall economic growth. In line with Kauleza, ethos of the sixth administration, we are enjoined to accelerate inclusive growth and create jobs through our infrastructure build program, amongst others. Central to this is a need to unravel apartheid spatial planning that stifles optimum economic growth and undo the legacy of fragmented public transport infrastructure delivery. It's beautiful this morning to give meaning to this statement. You look at this, it connects Northwest, and then it connects the Gauteng province. It makes life easier, traveling easier, traffic controllable. And sitting here and looking at this, you see exactly what we are trying to do in terms of connecting people and ensuring that there is economic growth through the movement of transportation, goods, etc. on our roads. And that is the meaning of freedom. And looking at this and listening to the beneficiaries of this work, it did not just fall from where it comes from. It meant that you've got to connect with the communities. People had to be trained out of this. About more or less 74 million out of 300 and something million has been spent on SMMEs in this area. Una le batho ba tsamayang ka makeke mo ba ya monate re bua so in and around Madibeng. Wa bona le mayor ana bua mo tsamaya sentle. O tshore ile lokiseditse SANRAL mo. Which is what is good about projects like this. You come, you empower, you do that. And we are faced with many of such. Makozoma will speak about that in many other provinces. The other day I was in Mpumalanga, the Moloto corridor, where in which we agreed and signed an agreement with Gauteng province for the first time to start work on that corridor. And it has been years and years that corridor not been opened. We now have signed on dotted lines, and COVID-19 arrived and interfered with our work there. But that work is going to continue. And even when we went there, there were people who were toying, saying that we want to be part of this. And in other provinces, they call themselves RET forces. So we're not going to allow anarchy to stop development because people want a share. They must do their things properly and want to be integrated properly. Many of the projects of SANRAL have been stopped because people want to use methods to stop development in different areas, in the Eastern Cape in particular. And the other day I was getting a report. We still need to go there and meet with the kings and whoever that we need to talk to allow the process of development to take shape and open up the process of development. Our interventions, as demonstrated by this project, give practical expression to the vision of transport as the heartbeat of South Africa's economy. And I spoke about this earlier on when I said that transport is a catalyst and key. But you can only see that during COVID-19. All along, this has been theory. Now you know, you can feel it, that if we stop transport, there will be no movement of goods and people in the Republic. And you have seen from a practical point of view that transport is key in the economic growth of the country. Talk about different modes of transport, rail, buses and all of that is key. The taxi industry and so on is key in terms of economic growth in the Republic and everywhere else in the world. This speaks to a fundamental objective to achieve an integrated, smart and efficient transport system that supports a thriving economy and create jobs. A transport system that promotes a healthier lifestyle, provides safe and accessible mobility options. A transport system that socially includes all communities and preserve the environment. The Pampoennek route, which is where we are and which we are opening today, bears practical testimony to our commitment to decisively unravel spatial planning that sought to exclude our people from the mainstream economy. A transport network that neglected a fundamental need to provide easy access and connectivity among people and communities. We used to travel here, organize, do all sorts of political work in this province. It was very difficult, Comrade Saliva, to reach Mafikeng or Mahikeng. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. The road was this small. And then look at what we can do now. Right from Pretoria, Tshwane, straight up past Rustenburg. You don't even have to enter up until you go to Mahikeng. Investment in road infrastructure is not only about economic benefits, but it's also about halting the carnage on our roads. When we deliver goods, we also save lives. When the Platinum Spatial Development Initiative was launched on 14 October 1996, the N4 road from Pretoria to Mahikeng was identified as the key anchor project to this initiative. We are simply adding on that and giving meaning, to what was launched some 10 years back. The road component of this Spatial Development Initiative sought to run from the north of Pretoria all the way to Lowadze in Botswana. It further sought to link the communities of Roslyn, Acacia, Mabopane, Harankua, and Brett's industrial areas. Through provision of a safe, reliable, and efficient transport, access and swift passage of people and goods between communities in Pretoria, Rustenburg, Zeerust, all the way to Botswana. Within the context of the continent through the N4, we provide a central section of the East-West Development Corridor, which runs from Maputo on the eastern seaboard to Walvis Bay on the western seaboard. Today, as we gather here to officially open this Pampoennek route in partnership with South African National Roads Agency, SANRAL, the agency of the Department of Transport, and Madibeng local municipality, we are making yet another installment towards dismantling apartheid special planning. We are ensuring easy access and swift passage of people and goods between communities, more especially communities in rural and urban spaces, as well as communities in provinces with higher economic activity like Gauteng and communities in the northwest province. Through the N4 route, we managed to ensure linkage between the northwest province into the Platinum SDI and the northern side of Pretoria. Through this particular project, we are now ensuring free flow of traffic and easy passage of goods and people into the Platinum SDI from the west side of Pretoria and Johannesburg. Crucially, The completion of this project demonstrates our ongoing commitment in investing in road infrastructure to decisively tackle the triple challenges of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. These investments are equally intended to ensure that investments in our road infrastructure gives impetus to the growing economy. So when you say South Africa and apartheid, there is no difference. Hold on. Please. This is not apartheid we are opening here. It's something new. New, brand new. Apartheid left us with those small roads, which since from 14 October, we have embarked on a path to open up the roads and the road infrastructure, the N4. And you can easily reach Mahikeng and Botswana and see your friends and transportation of goods with ease. So that can't be apartheid. You can leave Sandton, come to Madibeng, have a wonderful time. It's a nice region in Northwest. And then go back without an encounter of accidents, etc. That is the democratic government with a vision that implements that. And Makozoma raised some of the fundamentals in the path of governance that we still need to deal with. You know, we still have got to deal with e-tolls and finalize. How do we bring private money into the space of public and make a cooperation between private and public in terms of delivering the necessary service to our people? It's a debatable question that we need to debate going forward. These questions are there and there are no easy answers. It's not easy to govern. Like other people think it's easy to govern people, it's not easy. When we sit there, we discuss COVID every day. And then yesterday I saw artists were protesting. The other day it was taxis, 100%. I'm sure where you are seated, Makozoma, your problems are very limited. Our problems are every day. You open schools, people don't want. And then the churches will be coming, and then everybody else come. Government must decide. At the same time, you must preserve life. Those people who are protesting, you can find fault in them closing the road, but you can't accuse them that they've got no right to demand livelihood. They are not saying, give us everything for free. They say, open up for us in order to provide for ourselves in terms of our art and culture talent that we've got. Now, it's a balancing act between livelihoods and saving lives. And these are decisions that President Ramaphosa must go through and his team and decide. It's not easy to say to taxi people no to 100%. And then at the end of the day, how does that taxi owner, the basic economics, maintain that taxi and pay installment at the end of the month? When the lockdown finishes, the bank is looking for its moolah, 15,000 from SIPO. If SIPO does not provide that, that taxi is gone. And at the same time, if you are congested in a taxi, there is a danger that this virus will simply be transmitted fast and furious amongst our people. So what do we need to do to keep that? We've got to keep measures and do all of those. So this road traverses a mountainous terrain in northwesterly, southeasterly direction. Now, I'm talking about what you can see. This place was a mountain. There was no road here. And down, we've got this beautiful scenery in and around here, and then this beautiful road that you've got. The cut has a maximum depth of approximately 19 meters, whilst fields will reach a maximum height of 18 meters. The project also includes the construction of various structures, including a bridge at the interchange with road, a P123, and a game underpass south of the cutting. Madibeng local municipality is one of our key stakeholders on this project. Madibeng is in the Bujanala Platinum District, Platinum District municipality of Northwest Province. The popular tourist area of Hartbeespoort is also located in the municipality. Madibeng consists of several urban and rural areas, villages, farm portions, as well as an established and serviced industrial area. Madibeng is also characterized by diverse economic sectors such as agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and tourism. Mining is predominant in this area, with the municipality being the world's third largest chrome producer, which also includes the richest platinum group metals reserve. Through the Pampoennek route, motorists will enjoy free flow of traffic as a result of better link between Northwest Province from the west of Pretoria and Johannesburg. The completion of this project is also to ensure long distance movements do not interfere with local traffic. Built at the cost of 377 million. The road stretches from the 512 to the west of Hartbeespoort Dam through Pampoennek, connects directly to the N4 to Rustenburg. The actual project entailed the construction of National Route 4, Section 12, between Provincial Road 123 and Road 980. A new carriageway of 6 kilometers, undivided dual carriageway with interchanges at P123 and 980 was also constructed. The construction of the Pampoennek route has generated 182 permanent jobs for locals with a 21.2 million expenditure. 180 locals were offered an opportunity to undergo training with an accredited training service provider. Similarly, 12 subcontractors were employed in the project at a total cost of 74.6 million. Subcontractors were typically responsible for civil work, traffic accommodation, and stone pitching. Stone pitching was done to blend with surrounding mountains, which had a distinct vertical line that goes through the stone. When I conclude, I want to say our commitment to improving the lives of our people require a social compact with communities who must join us as partners in ensuring the success of projects such as this. Our commitment to accelerated service delivery will find expression in the manner within which we implement the upgrades we have committed on this road. Collaboration between spheres of government and partnership with communities enables faster delivery of service. And this indeed benefit the communities. And I wish to thank, as I conclude, the mayor and the community of Madibeng because without your commitment and direction and your involvement and assisting SANRAL to undertake this project, we will not be here today talking about this beautiful scenery and this important project. I want to also talk to the MEC, because MEC, we need all hands on deck. And I've got a lot of issues I must finalize with Northwest, because I'm also, as a Minister of Transport, because of Section 100, I'm running transport affairs in this province. So Lehari with his DOPS account to me every 5 seconds. MEC Lehari. So he must account and all of that, buses, NTA, and he's very forceful, I must say. So what the DG put across, you need to look at that, and then at the political level give mandate for this work to be done. SANRAL is very efficient. People don't know what SANRAL does. I'm talking ordinary people. But SANRAL is one of our agencies and our entities that are very, very efficient. But it's one of the best government agencies in South Africa that are under my department. And I did not make them. I found them to be like that. When you see Makozoma here, you must not think that he's just a passerby, useless guy and so on. He's proper, in the true sense. And I'm not saying it to patronize him and his team at SANRAL. I want to thank all of them. I don't get an opportunity to thank people, but they are proficient, they are professionals, they are the best. They are the best in what they do. And there is limited corruption at SANRAL. It's one of our agencies that have never been accused. Since I arrived, I see this anonymous letter with people who can write with grammatical errors, and then they write it to the president. I mean, president must read a letter from professionals with grammatical errors. I mean, really. Abantu was no parlor, but they complain about Alec and me. But they can't write. They call themselves professionals. They said they went to school, but they can't write a simple letter of demand and complain. Grammatical errors like it's my daughter, Nonkululeko. You know, grammar problems. So, SANRAL is proper. And they do a proper job. And it's a pity the board is not here, because I wanted to say that to them as well. You see, it's not an agency you can arrive and hijack. It's not possible. What I've seen, it's not possible. Can't arrive there and hijack Makozoma with lousy tenders. No. We deliver here. We don't run half roads. When SANRAL is in charge, we are sure the road will be finished. The only thing that will stop SANRAL is politics. When we go and develop roads in the Eastern Cape, there is some king elsewhere or a chief and so on. They want a stake in the road. That's what stops SANRAL, not corruption. There are roads in the provinces that are not finished because of corruption. Skepezana. Ihambe yaphelela la. Ayipheli. There is a road from Umtata to Engcobo, eBukwenbam. Ayipheli landlela. When you go and listen, Comrade Saliva, they say the contractors never finished the job. You will never get that at SANRAL. If we gave this road to some manga, there will be no Pampoennek here. It will never be finished. And then you want to tell me that agency is questionable. It's not. It's a proper agency. You will not be having these highways that you've got in the Republic if SANRAL was a spaza shop. A spaza shop must be something that you run, and then at some point when you get employment, you close it. And then you'll open it again. when you're unemployed, and then you try there with some 40 fish of Titombo when it's Lucky Star fish and all of that. That is a spaza shop, and then when the Lucky Star fish is finished and then you have found some employment elsewhere, you close the spaza shop. We are not running a spaza shop here. We're running a proper entity. And I think we will keep it like that because it's South Africa's heritage. And that is where we are going. So I want to thank you for doing this splendid job. And the people you have chosen to do this job as contractors and those who have benefited, please use the skill you have been granted to advance South Africa to even better heights. Use the experience of Pampoennek to expand even in other areas in the Republic. We've got a mission to accomplish big projects, infrastructure that we must run with Sputla Ramkhob, Makozoma and the DOT Alec Muyemi. That's proper job we've got to do and deliver and ensure economic growth for this country. And to civil servants, do your job. You will be rewarded. But if you don't do your job, and then you sit wherever you are, when something wrong is found against you, you write memos, it's fine. I've been a minister here for a year and 2 months or something. Nobody has ever come to my office and complained about the DG. Nobody. I'm the most available man. I've heard of other people, they don't come to office because they are afraid of their offices. I'm always at office. But nobody has ever come to me and say, hey, Alec Khatari is giving us problems and all of that. I meet with top management that include the DG. I don't interfere the DG, I give directions and I want delivery. And we are measured in terms of Parliament. And if Parliament says we are doing something wrong, they must check. And I say to the DG, they say you eat money of, what is this thing? PPEs from China. Give them records so that we see what we don't know, what these people allege. It has become, we can never allow in this republic people who have got no intentions to build this country to run down those who are working very hard. There are procedures, there are processes we must follow in the work that we do. And we are going to make a lot of changes. And we are going to employ a lot of people. Because Parliament wants me to employ people. As I'm standing here before you, I don't have an acting, I've got acting DDGs in the department. Very few people are employed there full time. It's Slavisa, and then it's also Mukonyama. And then I redeployed this one to, they employed him. I didn't redeploy him. To Raf Litwalo. Very efficient young man. I don't know why they withdraw him in Prasa. I wouldn't have had to do anything. He's very forceful, stubborn, anti-corruption. He's fighting there with lawyers and he's got my mandate. Wherever they are at RAF, they must know he's got my mandate because he's stubborn. But he's got clarity. Unengondo. Timthandela londo unengondo ubuhlali too much. Akitsibi wena ba mu withdraw ko Prasa le gae la magodu Prasa. They still there at Prasa. Day and night. So the court have said I must withdraw the administrator. Treasury has given me somebody there. I'm going to go on with the boards. There is boards. Boards are very important for corporate governance. But boards can also hold you at ransom. Ukraina le motho mo poto mo le marugo a molekano dula botsa dipotso se sa tse hey wa calling kid civil servants. They were supposed to do their work, record them and report them. When they want to interfere with your job, You must never be allowed to be dragged down by a board of directors. Because they arrive there, they see you managing billions. Hey, then they start questioning 12,000 things. Must never allow that. You are there because of your profession. You didn't come, you came there with your CV. Now get like a CV, but you're making a mistake. I didn't come the CV up and the beg you were up, man. Epsugu food. Uramaphosa unibeke emini. Wathi Mbalula Mborani transport. You're right, I'm not a qualified transport expert. I'm a securocrat. But I'm here to make an impact. I work hard. I want hard workers. And I don't claim knowledge. I can't come here and tell Makozoma I know how to construct a road. I must listen to him. He must tell me that, Minister, this road will not succeed. And then ngithi ukhuluma iqiniso routine lo muntu. What? I learn also. I live here an engineer. But I'm a minister and I'm not infallible. I can commit mistakes. But if I commit mistakes of stealing, I don't deserve to be here. We must never be apologetic and ambiguous about wrongdoing. People do things to safeguard themselves. We subject ourselves to the processes of the state and the rule of law in this country. There are checks and balances in our constitution. We get those who are educated and learned friends to give us an advice on issues that we think that we need their advice on. But we've got the responsibility to give political direction. And we are in charge. This place is not falling apart. We are on track in terms of where we are going. And I want to conclude by saying keep on doing the right thing. And in me, you've got a partner. In my team, we'll work with you. And be open. And I want the board also to have been here so that they understand that we are running a proper machinery. SANRAL is doing a marvelous job. What it is doing is benchmarked by other nations. They want your skill in the African continent. They want you, Minister SANRAL, this and that and so on. So I know what I'm talking about. So we are fixing this country. Where there are bottlenecks, you have brought things to me to fix politically for you. I'm going to work overnight to resolve some of the politics. And then we'll work with you with your technical skills and to get the job going. And I like the model you have employed here at Pampoennek, and it is marvelous. And even elsewhere in the country and so on. Get skilled people and engineers to do the job and do it proper. And then we'll be happy to come here and cut ribbons and open things because you have done a marvelous job. I want to thank everybody, thank the MECs and the Premier. The road is open. Let's celebrate. And may these roads be blessed. Be a road of peace for our people to enjoy themselves, and they must not drink and drive, and enjoy it to the fullest, and it enhance our possibilities of becoming a great nation in terms of economic growth for South Africa. Hala hala SANRAL, hala hala, hala hala South Africa, hala hala. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the proud moment. First, I need the two plaques, Mr. Mkosa. Where are they? Evan. Hey, you'll make my heart stop. I'm no longer that young, Mr. Mkosa. Minister, sanitize this one. Minister, sanitize it as well.
I don't believe it.
We'll sanitize you immediately thereafter.
Okay.
I now need to call Mr. Phil Hendricks of Zutari, formerly known as Orecon, and who were the consultants to the building of this road, to come and receive a plaque from the minister in appreciation of the good work that has been done in this regard. No shaking of hands. Stand on the side here and just exchange the plaque.
2 meters. No?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hendricks. Then I now need to call upon Mr. Mlu Mangi of Greenacre LTA, which is the contractor that actually built this road. The important thing about this part is that since this project and it being a catalyst for this contractor has now become 100% black owned, Minister. And this is much important. And this shows what SANRAL means and what the CEO was indicating about the ability of it becoming a catalyst for transformation in the economy of the country, and real transformation and not disguised. And now, Minister, I have the pleasure to ask you to open the plaque. It had been quite irritated and couldn't wait. And I must invite the MEC to stand on the side with the mayor there. And for the minister and the MEC and the mayor to now officially christen this road and open it for use by the public. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The plaque itself reads the N4 Pampoennek Road, officially opened by the Minister of Transport, the Honorable Mr. Fikile Mbalula, 3 September 2020. With that, I now wish to thank everybody who have come and who have honored the invite of the Minister and SANRAL to be here today. We started in the morning and finished in the afternoon. And from today henceforth, there will be no more waiting. By this afternoon, after the clearing of the road shall be utilized by the public, and it will create indeed a shortcut. Thank you very much, and I wish to thank all the political principals and all dignitaries for having been here. The event is officially closed.